Hi everyone, my name is Pietro Pugni and I'm from Milan, Italy. This is week 3 assignment for Introduction to Music Production course at Coursera.org. This lesson is about channel strips, and I've made an additional optional video which you can see clicking on this link, in which I show you a funny usage of effects, mixer and inserts, so I hope you enjoy it. What I have here is a AM844, the analog mixer from Phonic. It has 8 mono channel strips and 4 stereo channel strips. On the right of the board there are other sections which let you control the group's volumes, auxiliary sends and returns controls, and monitor controls. There is also a digital effect processor. Every channel strip is composed by several knobs, buttons and a fader. Generally, a channel strip has to be looked from top to bottom because that is the direction of the signal flow. First, we have the input section. On a mono channel strip, you have an XLR input connector used to preamplify a microphone signal, a TRS balanced line input connector which lets you introduce a mono balanced signal, a TRS connector called insert which lets you send the signal to external devices, which operates some transformations to the sound and sends it back to the channel strip. Then we have a gain stage knob, also called trim, which lets you set the amount of gain stage applied to the input signal. On a stereo channel you can input both a mono or stereo signal. If you use the XLR input or the first TRS input, you are using the input section of the stereo channel like the input section of the mono channel. But if you connect two TRS cables, one for the left and one for the right channel in these two TRS balanced inputs, then the input section operates as a true balanced stereo input. We have also a useful high-pass filter which on this mixer has a 75 Hz cut frequency, and on advanced mixers you can change this cut frequency. At the bottom of this section you can also find a compressor section which lets you amplify low amplitudes and attenuate high amplitudes. On the stereo channel you have a +4 -10 button used to set the line input level of the signal. You need this because consumer audio standards operate at -10 decibel units, while professional audio standards operate at +4 decibel volts. In the EQ section, you can adjust the amplitude for fixed frequencies. Generally, you find high, mid, and low frequencies amplitude knobs. On this mixer, you can also adjust the center frequency assigned to the mid-frequency amplitude knob. On advanced mixers, these can be accomplished also for high and low frequencies. The EQ of the stereo channel is slightly different because it lets you control the amplitude of the high, mid-high, low-high and low frequencies without having the ability to set the center frequency. This mixer has 4 auxiliary buses. AUX 1 and 2 can be set as pre or post fader with this button, while AUX 3 and 4 are both post fader. With AUX buses you can send the signal of the channels to stage monitors, external audio devices, to another mixer, to another auxiliary bus of the same mixer, and so on. The AUX 3 also operates as an effect send generated by the digital effect processor built in the mixer. The output section of a channel strip is composed by several controls. First, we have the pan control. On mono channel strips, it adjusts the level that the left and right output channels should receive, while on stereo channel strips, it attenuates the level of the right or left output channel. On the bottom, you have an on button, which turns on or off the output of the channel. Then there are group assignment buttons, which assign the output of the channel to different groups. On this board we have 4 stereo groups called 1, 2, 3 and 4, and a stereo main group called left, right, and these groups can be controlled in the group section. You have also a peak LED which turns red if the signal reaches a peak level fixed at 6 dB before the overloading. The fader controls the level of the signal sent to the various groups. Finally, there is the solo button, and if there is at least one channel with the solo button turned on, then the other channels are muted. In this assignment, I've showed you the channel strip of a mixer. It's composed by the input, EQ and output sections, and with the pre-post faders which you change the signal flow of the channel strip. I hope you enjoyed this assignment and I wait for your evaluations, suggestions and corrections. See you next assignment. Bye!